hello. As we know, our program, Hidden Hero, always full of speakers who are very international. They always say we are from one country, but you start digging and digging, you find out there are many countries behind one person. Andreas Dudas, he is from Switzerland. He loves this country, but he has Hungarian roots. And if you want to say hello, Jó napot kívánok. I think it's the longest hello in the world. Jó napot kívánok, Andreas. I'm happy to see you. Who is Andreas? He is specialist in unleashing true purpose. Andreas, can you introduce yourself with all these big names? Help me, please.
Okay. What do you mean by big names?
Big names, because I know that you are a specialist in merging cultures. You're helping people to unleash their potential. You're working with huge corporations. Okay, I know everything myself. Andreas, don't help me.
Okay, good. I'm telling people quickly where I come from and how I was raised in my country and so on. Okay, first of all, I was born in Switzerland. I've been living here for more than 50 years now. Wonderful country. I see a lot of people coming from all the different countries, such as Russia as well, but especially India, China, visiting our lovely country. I studied civil engineering when I was 20 at the Federal Institute of Technology here in Zurich. My special activity area was hydropower. I was always fascinated with water. Everything which has to do with water fascinates me. I'm a windsurfer, I'm swimming, and was specialized in hydropower.
Then Are you Pisces? Maybe by horoscope, if you're so much connected with the...
No, I'm a lion.
You're a lion. How can a lion love water that much?
Yeah, that's
circle of life. Lions also love water. Because me, I'm a Pisces, and I love everything related to water.
Yeah.
Water skiing, water swimming, and I'm living at the sea. Great. That is wonderful introduction. I know that your strongest point, you help a lot of people, you teach in the universities, you help people to unleash their potential. And you know that our program is called Hidden Hero. It's the people who want to unleash their potential.
Yeah.
What is the secret? Why some people manage to find this potential and other people, they don't know what to do? How to find our power?
Yeah, there's a simple formula I found out. I mean, I spent more than 30 years on my own in my life in order to find out my true passion. I studied at different universities. Civil engineering was just one thing. Then I studied also economics, business administration, and logistics. I was always on the search for finding out what my true passion and my talent is. And I give the people, I provide you quickly with a simple formula how you can find out your true passion, your talent, especially.
I want
First of all, you have to find out, you have to find clarity. And what does clarity mean? Ask yourself, first of all, and that's the most important thing, what is my true passion? What would I do the entire day, all day long, if money did not matter? That's a very important question. Most of the people, they have some barriers and they think, okay, if I wanted to become a lawyer, for example, okay, can I make money? Do I have to study? Or if I want to make bread, for example, become a baker or open a bakery, how shall I make money with a bakery? Don't ask yourself this question. It's more important to find out your true love, your true passion. That's the first important question. Second question is, what are my true talents? In order to find out your talents, there's only one option to find that out. Ask other people, your friends, your family, your sisters, your brothers. Ask them, what is my true talent? What do you consider as my talent, for example? It's always easier to ask other people because they do not have an emotional attachment to yourself.
Did you do it yourself, Andreas?
Yes,
when
absolutely.
You were not sure?
Yes.
Did you ask other people?
Yes.
And what did they say to you?
They told to me, Andreas, you're a very good communicator. You can inspire people. You're a very open-hearted person. They always told me, Andreas, you are not a typical engineer. You have to talk to the people. You have to inspire them. You have to tell stories. And nowadays, many people tell me, Andreas, you're a lovely storyteller. So you can make money by just telling stories to other people or write books, for example. So ask people. That's very important. Friends, family, and they will hopefully tell you the truth, what your hidden talents are. Then another very important thing in order to get clarity on your vocation or on your purpose in your life is ask what are your values. I mean, values, for example, justice is a value, love is a value, appreciation for other people is a value. Ask yourself, what are your true values? Because values reveal always what your hidden talents or your hidden visions are, you know. And the last pillar, very important, do you have dreams? Everybody has dreams, you know, but a lot of people don't dare to dream. And dreams are just a message from the universe that want to tell you what your true talents or your passion is. So you have these four things, you know, and then you ask me, what is necessary in order to live up to your dreams or to your vocation? Clarity is just one important pillar. The second one is you have to overcome your fears. Yeah, we all have fears. Yeah?
Yes, Andreas, the things that you said is quite easy. It looks like very easy. Number one, go and ask your friends, people who love you, people who understand you, what you are good at. Okay. After that, think what are your values, what you are passionate about, what you want to do even without money. Then dream about it and then combine it and then overcome your fears. It sounds like easy, but nowadays when we are that materialistic, of course this question will immediately come: how I will pay for the bills for my family, especially if you are a man? How I will provide my wife, my kids? You cannot tell them, you know, guys, I'm from today I'm not engineer, I'm not studying energy, I would like to go to Tibet and start meditating, because my dream is to meditate, and I will go for 1 year, forget about me, because I need to get some mood of meditation. How to combine it with the normal life?
Yes, these four pillars I told you: values, visions, talents, and your passion. The combination of all these things show you normally what your true vocation is. And then what you have to do is you have to summarize your vocation in one simple sentence. For example, my vocation is unleashing the uniqueness of people. That's my vocation. That's the purpose in my life. So now the next question you have to ask yourself, what jobs can you perform in order to fulfill your vocation, right? For example, unleashing uniqueness means inspiring people. So what can I do? What types of jobs? And I have, as I already told you, different jobs. I'm speaking, I'm teaching at universities, and it's always the same. I'm inspiring people and I'm unleashing uniqueness or the potential. I'm writing books, you know, I'm helping people to create their startups. I'm giving coaching lessons, for example. So what you have to do is to summarize these four pillars into one single sentence. That's the purpose. I call it also the golden ticket. Your golden ticket. For example, Olga, what's your golden ticket? Tell me in one sentence. You should be able to answer this question. What is your golden ticket?
My golden ticket.
Yes.
My golden ticket is to make movies, basing on my experience about any business that can help that business to shine.
Okay, and making movies, why? Making business shine, right?
Yes.
Yes. So the golden ticket is not making movies. The golden ticket is most probably making people shine. That's the golden ticket. It's a much nicer sentence, you know, making movies. Yeah, there are also some people, they make movies and they do not make people shine, to be honest. You know what I mean, you know?
Yes.
You make very meaningful, purposeful movies and you make people shine. So out of this golden ticket, now you have to ask yourself, what types of jobs can I do? Making movie is only one thing, one project which helps you to fulfill your golden ticket. But maybe one day you write also books in order to inspire people or making them shine. Or you're creating this show now together with me, which also means making people shine. Or you deliver speeches on a nice stage in front of thousands of people. You make also people shine. Or you help non-governmental organizations, you know, NGOs, So in order to make them shine, because they help maybe children to grow up or poor people to grow up and so on. So you know what I mean? So that's
Yes,
important. Take your
this is
golden
very
ticket
nice. Thank you
and
so much, Andreas, for
yes,
teaching me this golden ticket. And I hope for our audience it will be useful, because we need to know this golden ticket out of millions of tickets. At
yeah,
least we know what is that, and we can unleash our potential and help
yeah,
others.
yeah.
If you allow me to ask, you are traveling a lot. You said that you visited Vietnam, you worked in India, you were interested in, in the energy, recyclable energy, and you are from Switzerland. And people from Switzerland considered to be very elegant, little bit conservative, very precise, never being late.
Yes.
And having the best watches and the best chocolates and the best banks. These are people with a lot of money.
Yes.
So how you recommend us, since you did it yourself, to mix the cultures or to make these cultures work together? Because India and Switzerland are a little bit different countries.
Yeah. I mean, there are different things. I think I have just noted down a few steps, a few rules, One rule is for sure, you have to learn to appreciate or to love the difference in other people. That's important. I mean, when I travel to India, for example, they have a different eating culture. They have a different religious background. They have a different habits when it comes to being on time or not on time. As you mentioned, we have all our watches. We are very precise here and always on time in Switzerland. But when I was working in Peru, Latin America, most of the people in business, they were always 1 to 2 hours late. And you cannot be angry with them because that's their culture. So you have to accept it. You have to love it, and you have just to appreciate this difference. That's important. The next thing is you have to be authentic, which means you have to be truly yourself. I never adapted myself to another culture, never. When I travel to India, for sure, it's good to know the culture a little bit. But when I make mistake, because I do not know the people or the culture, or also I'm not used to the eating habits, for example, then I just try it out and I dare
What you
to
mean,
make.
Andreas, by eating habit? You mean that they may make some sounds, or maybe they're eating
No,
not
I
that
mean
clean?
when you travel
What
to
is that?
China, they eat almost everything, any animal which is walking around on the street. And we Swiss people have some problems to eat a dog or a rat, to be honest. Yeah, and, I mean, to be frank. And then, I mean, what can you do? Then you have to be honest and tell them, listen, I can't eat that because I'm not used to it or I don't love it. You have to be truly yourself. You have to stick also a little bit to your culture. You have to be authentic. You have to stick to yourself, and you have to be open, show your emotions as well, and just be yourself. That's important. A lot of people, they try to adjust to play a role. You know what I mean? And if you play a role, you're not truly yourself anymore, then you are not credible.
You mean that
Really?
they will eat cockroach, but not to offend somebody in front of you who will say, "Oh, that's a wonderful cockroach for dinner." They will
Yeah,
try to pretend, "Okay, okay." They will. It's
yeah,
like Mr. Bean, when he
yeah,
was
yeah,
eating something he doesn't like. They
yeah,
will. So
yeah,
you mean it's better to say, "I'm sorry. In my culture, we don't eat rats. It's not
yeah,
possible. I'm a person who protect
yeah.
greenery. I love." Animals, for me, it's not. And you think people, they will not be offended with that?
No, if you are open and you are modest in your language, which means you use simple words and you tell them, listen, I cannot bear it because I get problems with my stomach, maybe, or I'm not used to it, or I'm afraid of eating this animal. I mean, then we come again to this principle. You have to appreciate that. You have to accept it, and I think accepting other people, their culture, their values is very important, but it means also that you have to stick to yourself and also to be honest and to be true to yourself. I think that's the important thing. And when you ask me what is important in order to mingle, to mix these
Yes.
cultures or to integrate, I always invited people to my culture. When I was working in India, for example, I invited people to Switzerland. I told them, listen, you have to get to know our culture. You have to get to know our eating habits. And even if you don't like it, at least how we work and how we think. That's important, and share always your values. That's also important. Talk
Andreas,
something.
what do
Yeah.
you, it's very, very useful. And thank you so much for sharing that, because the countries you were traveling to, like Peru and India, is definitely very much different from Switzerland. What do you think for us? Of course, Switzerland is a kind of ideal business partner who is very, very responsible. This is how the image of people from Switzerland is.
Mhm.
In your personal opinion, what is the secret of success of Switzerland?
The
As a
secret
brand,
of
even.
success, I would, in a simple word, it's Swissness. And what does Swissness mean? High quality, decent, honest people, very reliable, always, almost always on time, and we deliver always perfect quality combined with a good taste. I think that's important. We are also sort of we are one of the most innovative countries. We have very good universities here. We have a lot of multinational companies who work here, and also, yes, take advantage of also our tax system, which is quite good, to be honest, compared to other countries. But I think that's Swissness. It's really the reliability, the credibility, the trustworthiness we radiate as people here.
You are a big patriot, big fan of your country, and it's great
For
to know
sure.
that you love. Tell me, please, what was the most shocking while traveling abroad? The most shocking thing, maybe in Vietnam, in Peru, in India, that you were saying, oh my God, I cannot even imagine it exists.
The most shocking thing I ever experienced was when I was traveling to two things actually. I experienced it in India. One thing is when I traveled, that was in 2007, I guess, to the northeastern part of India, close to the border to Myanmar, to a construction site where we faced a lot of terrorist activities. It was quite a shaky region, a region with a lot of turmoils, which means a lot of robberies, stuff like that. Then I was really scared, and I had to work in a construction camp with more than 10,000 people. And the construction camp was observed and by the army. It was also protected by the army. And we here in Switzerland, we are not used to be protected by the army when you're working. But there, I was really a little bit scared. And the other really bad experience was when I was also traveling to New Delhi, when we saw these terrorist activities when they attacked two of the hotels in Mumbai. Just a week later, I traveled there, and they had very high security measures. And a lot of people were scared that they get murdered. And I was a very nervous situation, to be honest. These are the two things. But mostly, I was never scared to travel around. When I was in Iran or even in Pakistan, I was never scared. And I think that's also important, that you are not scared. Otherwise, you will attract the bad situations, and never in my life anything which is bad happened to be, luckily enough, to be honest.
Thanks God. What do you think, Andreas, this experience, what it gave you? You
Uh,
were in this construction camp, you were surrounded by army, a lot of robbery happened. What this experience as a business person, as a speaker, as an author, as a person who unleash people's potential, what this experience gave you?
it gave me more self-confidence, because you have to learn to cope with such dangerous situations. You have to become calmer. I also started to meditate in order to get calmer. And as a speaker, for sure, when I deliver speeches in front of thousands of people, you are always a little bit nervous. I'm also nervous, for sure, but I get calmer now, or I got calmer through such experiences, because in the end, what can happen to you? Actually, almost nothing. Yeah. So, and I think that's what I learned from such experience, to get calmer, but also to become a little bit more modest. Because you face death sometimes. You see also people getting killed, to be honest, and then you get, in a way, more thankful, more grateful for the life you have. I think you become also more modest. Yeah.
It goes without saying, and it's a very nice conclusion. Andreas, as my last question to you, I want you to give us, based on your experience on teaching in the universities or visiting so many countries and completely different countries. Your choice is very unique. Peru, India, Pakistan, Latin America, and you traveled a lot. What you will recommend to people who are hidden, who will say, oh no, I'm already 50 years old or 60 years old. But some people, believe it or not, they say, I'm already very old, I'm 23 years old. It doesn't relate to age. How you will recommend them to go on the stage, not to be hidden?
There's only one way. First of all, get clear about your passion and purpose or about your dreams. Then secondly, without, and that sounds now very drastically, without thinking, move out and show yourself to the world, deliver a short speech on Facebook or LinkedIn, wherever it is, and start to take real actions. Too many people are scared. They say, oh, I lack the education. I do not have a university degree. But the most successful people I've ever seen, especially in India, for example, and the richest people I've ever seen, they have no university degree. They do not have an apprenticeship. They have nothing. They never went to public school, for example, but they had one huge advantage. They just moved out. They dared to take steps and actions and showed themselves as they are and started to talk about their dreams and their visions. And that's one of the key success principles. And then you start to attract the right people who will help you to live your dreams. This is what I experienced during my entire life. Yeah.
Are you happy with your life right now?
Yes, very much. I'm living in one of the most or one of the safest countries in the world, one of the most innovative countries, one of the most beautiful countries in this world. We have mountains, lakes, we have no terrorist activity, stuff like that. No, and we are more or less free. There are some restrictions in freedom now due to COVID for sure, but we enjoy freedom, and I'm happy to be born and to live here, to be frank. Yeah.
It goes without saying, and now it's the last question. I'm not joking. I'm not joking, Andreas. My last question to you: do you think the language, the speech of the people who are sure of themselves, who are happy, who are working their full potential, who are successful, is different from the speech of the losers?
I think it is different. People who dare to live their dreams and who take their unique journey in their lives, they are not scared of making mistakes. Yeah, they just talk, they speak to other people, and even if they make a mistake, they say, okay, that's a lesson learned again, but I'm not scared to make mistakes. They are open, they talk about their fears, they talk about their successes, they talk about also their bad situations they had, and I think it is different for sure. They are self-confident and they are clear. People who know what they want to do and who dare to live their dreams, they are clear also in their language. They do not hesitate, and you hear a difference in that. I'm 100% sure. Yeah.
That is very interesting, because right now we are making a course for people to speak powerful language. The language when you know what you want, where you want to go. And really, I agree with you, the speech is clear. When you know what to do, a lot of people can help you. When I tell you, Andreas, I want to make powerful movies to make people shine, you will tell me, Olga, great, let's think what we can do together. The same you can tell me, Olga, I want to help more people. I want to make more speeches. I want to write more books from here, from Switzerland. I want to invite people to Switzerland for them to know our culture and our way to work. In this way, we can help each other.
Yes, absolutely. I wrote a book, I don't have it with me in English. It's called Dare, Dare, Dare. Have the courage to do some things. And this is based on everything I just told you, just move out, take actions, show yourself to the world. The world is waiting for all of you, your hidden champions or heroes. The world is waiting for your talents, your purpose, so don't hide it. Move out and share it with other people. It's a gift you got when you were born, and I think that's the important thing to realize. Yeah.
Dear Andreas, I think you are the most emotional person from Switzerland, because what you do is not, maybe you pick it up from India, Peru, and other countries. I would like to thank you very much. Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you for sharing your experiences, and thank you for your books. And definitely we are looking forward to read Dear